Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to The Ed Word. I'm your host, Eddie, and in tonight's video, first off, I'd like to apologize for this very late but long time coming review for the first 3 episodes of the awesome new show, Andor, which dropped almost a week ago on Disney+. I had such a long, frankly, rotten, lousy week and weekend where I just did not have a chance to catch up and watch the first 3 episodes. I finally had a chance to do it last night, of course, and now, a day later, I'm finally talking about it. So I do apologize for the delay in this review, but I promise you it was well worth the wait because my enthusiasm is, oh, I like this show. Now, before I go on and I gush on and on about it, obviously, spoilers for the first 3 episodes of Andor. There are only 3 so far, and then they'll drop on a weekly basis starting this Wednesday. But for some reason, along with the series premiere, we got the next 2 episodes, which was just fine with me because I was like, hey, more the merrier. So, spoilers from here on out in case you're not caught up or if you haven't seen it, or maybe you're currently on episode 1 or you're on episode 2. I'm going to be talking spoilers from all 3 episodes, so you have been warned. That being said, let's dive right back into it. Well, one of our favorite characters from one of our favorite Star Wars films, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, is back in the form of his own television spin-off prequel story, which shows us the years leading up to the events of Rogue One and how Cassian went from a guy in a lot of debt and being a scavenging thief to becoming the rebel hero he would ultimately end up being in Rogue One. So it got off to an interesting start, and I gotta say, this show does not feel... It feels like Star Wars now after the 3rd and most recent episode, but it did not feel like Star Wars in the first 2 episodes. And that's okay because it had this very mature theme and tone to it. We showed us, he killed those 2 guys who were hassling him. They were Imperial asshats anyway, so no huge loss there, but it made him a wanted man. And now we've gotten flashbacks of his childhood. Apparently, obviously he's human. He's from a planet called Canary, which I guess was the site of an Imperial mining disaster, which seemingly killed all the adults and left all the children, including him and his sister. Apparently he has a sister, unsupervised and orphaned. And now they were taking care of themselves on this planet until the ship crashed, which attracted the attention of some scavengers. One of them took a shine to him, took him back with them. And, I don't need to recap everything for you guys because you obviously have seen it if you're watching this review. But, man, what a great first 3 episodes. I really hate that super uptight little nervous tick of an Imperial officer, this guy who just cannot let go of the fact that someone murdered 2 of his colleagues. But I do like the Scottish-sounding one who's far more laid back, who does seem to want to bring the murderer to justice, to Cassian to justice, but isn't nowhere near as stiff or as uptight as Sergeant Tightass or whatever his name is, because goddamn, that dude needs to loosen up. Jeez Louise. Hopefully he doesn't last too much longer. I gotta say, I really love and I see my fears were not well founded because we have gotten some pretty awesome aliens in the first 3 episodes. I mean, we have those junkyard dog looking things, those funny looking creatures that pissed on the little red droid and then he zapped him to get it away from him. And then the big tall alien who was trying to intimidate Cassian, but Cassian was like, what are you doing? Are you working for this guy? And he's looking up at him. Great design, great look. No shortage of aliens in this show, and I'm sure we'll see plenty more as the series goes along. So I see that my fears were not well founded, because I had expressed that in the trailer reaction videos I did for this show, was that I didn't see a whole lot of aliens or non-human characters in the footage that we've gotten. But I'm glad to say that those fears have been put to rest, as we have now seen some very cool-looking creatures and aliens, and I'm sure more are on the way with more awesome goodiness from Andor. Because, man, that last episode was the best. I loved how Stellan Skarsgård character basically seems to be a very well connected, influential man who is no fan of the Empire and seems to be more interested in Cassian than the part he was trying to sell to him. And that's very exciting to me. The fact that he's more interested in the man than the part. I'm like, okay, this guy seems to have a plan, or he seems to have a real purpose that Andor might be perfect for. And now I'm very, very excited to see what that is or what it could be. So, great first 3 episodes. The first 2 were the first 2 were okay. The third one was great. But I think my problem was that I liked parts of the first 2 and I didn't like parts of the first 2 at the same time. But I really enjoyed episode 3 because I felt like episode 3 wrapped up the quick little arc that began in episode 1 and ended at episode 3, and now we can move on to the next plot point, the next storyline. But that's okay, because some shows take a while to find their footing. It's only the first 3 episodes, so I'm not going to judge it too harshly or quickly. But I'm very pleased with what I've seen so far, as I hope you guys are as well. So, what did you think of the first 3 episodes of Andor? Did you like it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? What do you think is going to happen? Would love to hear your thoughts and feelings about it down below in the comments section. Have a wonderful rest of your night if I don't see you. Andor drops new episodes every Wednesday on Disney+. Have an awesome rest of your night, everyone. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.